Hi there, this is Alexander. Welcome to a new yoga class of Buddha Balance. Today we're going to work a little bit more on strength and stability. So we're going to do a few dynamic movements as well as static holds to develop some stability and more core strength. We're going to work on the legs, on the core and the shoulders as well. And we're going to alternate with a few stretching poses to stay in balance between strength and flexibility. When you're ready, come and join me at the front of your mat. We're going to start with a few rounds of sun salutations. So let's start with a few rounds of sun salutations. If you are not familiar with them yet, make sure to check our video step-by-step classical sun salutations or sun salutations A, which are the ones we're going to do now. Now we're going to add a little bit more flow to it, so make sure that you keep breathing and connecting your breath with each movement. You start at the front of your mat in Asanas. You push your feet into the mat and you make yourself as long and as tall as you can, creating space and length into your belly. Starting with the first round. Inhale, bring your arms up, reach to the ceiling. Breathe out, come into a forward fold, maybe bending your knees with your hands on the mat. Inhale, come halfway up, and exhale, come to high and low plank. First with your knees on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra, and exhale, push your hips up and back to down dog. Take a moment here, maybe walking the dog a little bit, stretching one leg, bending the other one, just loosening up a little bit into your hamstrings, warming up the muscles, creating a bit of length, getting your blood stream into your legs. And with an inhale, both legs extended, push your hands into the mat. Exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, walk to the front, extend your spine. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, arms up, reaching as high as you can. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, hips up and back to down dog. Take a moment to really find some strength and stability into your shoulders. So your hands are shoulder distance apart. You really press your hands into the mat and really extend your arms in a way that you are bringing your shoulders all the way to your ears. So you push your hands down and bring your hips as far back as you can. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, walk or step in one time to the front. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms up, reach as high as you can. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, chaturanga, so high to low plank, but you just hover above your mat. Inhale, just a cobra, or if your back feels warm, maybe up dog already. Exhale, push your hips up and back. Take your time to breathe. If you have very tight hamstrings, you know you can keep your knees bent, but the opposition here is really pushing your heels down and bringing your hips as high as you can. Find strength and extension throughout your whole body here. Last deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, walk or step in one time to the front. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms down. 2 more rounds in to really get warm. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward. In, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And out to down dog. Taking your time here. And just breathing here. Every time you inhale, you're going to extend more into your arms, pushing your hips further back and up. And every time you exhale, you make yourself heavier on your feet and on your hands. Take a last deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, inhale, walk, step or jump to the front of your mat. Exhale to forward fold, inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Last round here, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or Atma. And out to down dog. Just focusing on everything that is happening within your body. Feeling your muscles getting warm, getting stronger here. Feel your heart rate going a little faster. Feel the heat in your body building up here. This is good. This is everything we want to activate to make sure we get the best out of this class. Now you take a deep breath in, stretch your whole body. And exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, walk, step or jump to the front of your mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way. And exhale, bring your arms down. So you take a moment, roll your shoulders, shake your legs a little bit. Make sure you're nice and relaxed to get further with this class. So the first pose we're going to do today is the chair pose. A great way to work on the stability of the upper legs. So we're going to do 10 times dynamics, moving up and down, and then we're going to hold in a static way. You start with your feet pressing down into the mat. And as you inhale, you bring your arms up and bend your knees. Now exhale, push your heels into the mat, coming out again. We go for 2. And up. 3. And up. So it's very slow and controlled on the way down. And dynamic on the way up. Inhale for 5. And up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 9. Going up. And one more time here. Down. And up. Now you're going to bring your arms up, hips down, and we're going to hold it here. If you have issues with your shoulders, you just keep your hands in front of your heart. Make sure that you let your hips sink, but without having your knees crossing your toes. You try to really stay strong and stable into your bones. We're going to take 30 seconds here, just breathing, working on strength and stability. You know your legs, your feet, they're your base, supporting your whole body in the poses. So we're going to really make sure they're strong to give us all the stability that we need. Keep focusing on your breath. Last deep breath in here. And as you exhale, push your hips into the mat and extend. Exhale, release to the side. So, your legs a little shake if you want to. Maybe roll your shoulders. Next one is the warrior 2. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And out to down dog. Now inhale and bring your right leg up. Exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Turn your left heel on the mat. Inhale, windmill with your left arm and come into warrior 2. So you try to have your front knee just above your ankle. Your back leg is straight. So the idea is to have your upper leg kind of parallel to the mat to really build the stability and strength here. You extend your arms to the side, keeping your shoulders low and away from your ears. Also 30 seconds here. Keep breathing. You notice that this is a good pose to really have your leg muscles working hard, but at the same time opening into your hips. So you try to keep your lower back into a neutral curve, so not pushing back too much. Shoulders relaxed. Take a last deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands on the mat. Push your hips up and back to down dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up. And exhale, place your left foot between your hands. Turn your right hip in. Inhale, windmill with your right arm. Come into warrior two here. Find your stance. Your feet wide apart. Back leg straight, front leg about 90 degrees back. Shoulders low. Keep your chin parallel to the mat. Look to the front, alongside the middle finger of your left hand. Feel your legs working, your hips opening here. Focusing on your breath. Last deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands on the mat. Push your hips back to down dog. Here you take one deep breath in, extending your whole body. And exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, walk, step or jump to the front. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way. And exhale, bring your arms down. Now inhale, take a step back with your right foot. You bring your feet with about a leg distance apart. You're going to turn your toes outwards. Try to align your heels as much as you can. From here, you sink your hips towards the mat and push your knees to the side. So still really opening into your hips here. This is called the goddess pose. You extend your arms, reaching to the side. Keep your chest open, shoulders away from your ears. Definitely a great pose, as you might feel it, to really strengthen your thighs as well as open more into your hips. Keep breathing here. Opening more every time you inhale and really sinking a little deeper every time you exhale. Good job. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, extend your legs. Inhale, step back to the front of your mat. We are back to Asanas, so you create this length and space within yourself. Now inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And out, come to down dog. Now we're going to stretch a little bit. Inhale, bring your right leg up. And exhale, place your right foot between your hands, left knee on your mat. If you have very sensitive knees, you can also place a blanket or something soft under your left knee to create a bit of a softer underground. Make sure that your front knee is just above your front ankle. And as you inhale, bring your arms up. You can just stay here. If this is too much for you, place your hands in front of your heart, maybe even just on your hips. So again, you want to keep your front knee aligned with your ankle here. Just take 30 seconds to really stretch the front of the left thigh here. Keep your shoulders just above your hips, the chest open, neck long and straight. Keep breathing. Enjoy this nice stretch, relaxing moment in the class. Okay, with an inhale, bring your arms to the side and up. And exhale, place your hands on the mat and come back to down dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up. And exhale, place your left foot between your hands, right on your mat or a blanket. Checking that your left knee is above your left ankle. Inhale, arms up. Maybe keeping it here, maybe in front of your heart, maybe on your hips. I like to have my hands on the hips. It helps to sink a little deeper somehow and really keeping the shoulders relaxed. Take your time here. Notice the difference between this side and the first one we did. Finding some nice stretch, some length into these muscles that we really work deep into here. Keep breathing, shoulders low, chest open. Last deep breath in, arms up. And as you exhale, place your hands on the mat and come to down dog. Take a deep breath in, extend your whole body. And as you exhale, you come, place your knees on the mat and sit on your heels. So the next exercise we're going to do are the dolphins. The dolphins are a very nice pose to work at the same time on the strength, stability, and the flexibility of your shoulders. So to start, you grab your elbows real tight. Make sure that they're really firmly held between your hands. Then, without changing the distance between your elbows, you place your elbows on the mat. Here you interlace your fingers, press your hand palms together and press your hands into the mat. Bring your hips up, curl your toes under your feet, and then push your hips up and back into this kind of down dog on the elbows, the dolphin. So you may keep your knees slightly bent for your hamstrings, but you want to keep pushing your chest towards your thighs. You keep your head between your upper arms, maybe even a little further back. You should already feel quite some stretch happening into the back of your shoulders. Now for the first one, you're going to look forward. You shift your weight forward towards your hand, maybe crossing your hands, maybe even on the mat. And then you come back. So we'll go forward for 2 and back. 3, keep your core engaged the whole time and come back. 4, come back, moving as far back as you can. 5, forward and come back. 6, taking your time to feel your shoulders moving here. 7, come back. Make sure your elbows are not going too far apart. For 8, come back. 9, come back. And then we'll go for a last one, trying to go as deep as you can. Coming back. Now you bring your knees on the mat. You come sit on your heels. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders. From here, moving to plank pose. Great way to strengthen your upper body as well as your core. So you're going to start on your hands and knees. Make sure your hands are just under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Now you're going to extend your legs, pushing your heels to the back of your mat. Make sure that your shoulders stay above your wrist. Now, maybe this is a bit too hard for your elbows or your wrist, then you can place your elbows on the mat. If you really have trouble doing a plank, you can also have your knees on the mat, but make sure that your knees are not like straight under your hips, but you keep moving them further back to keep your core active and strong. And from your plank, well, we're just going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push your hips back into down dog. And you take a moment here, still extending your arms as much as you can, really feeling your shoulders working. So what you do here is you extend so much that you try to bring your shoulders to your ears. And when you're ready, you come back into your plank. So make sure that you are pushing your hands into the mat, feeling your shoulder blades sliding outwards. So you push your chest away from the mat. Holding for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And push your hips up and back to down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Pushing your hips further back, lifting as well, arching your back a little bit. Keep the strength in your shoulders, work deep in the stability of your shoulders here. Okay, as you inhale, you're back into your plank for our third and last round. Make sure to stay strong, maybe you come a bit more on the tip of the toes and shifting your weight more to the front. Hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Place your knees on the mat. So now you want your knees to be straight under your hips. And then you're going to bring your hands more to the front of your mat. We're moving to Asanas, the heart melting pose. Now you bring your knees further back and you place your forehead on the mat. Taking a moment here. You should be feeling a nice deep stretch into your shoulders. If you have very sensitive shoulders here, that is painful for your shoulders, and you're going to bring your hands a little wider, maybe even outside of your mat. And maybe this is not working yet for you. You can also bring your hips a little closer to your ears, and you don't need to hang from so high. Just take a moment here, find your option, do what feels best for you. Maybe you are already a little bit more flexible in your shoulder. What you could do is place your chin on the mat, or even come on the tip of your fingers and really drop your chest to the mat. And we're just going to hold it here for 30 seconds. If you are already in the pose, you know, the longer the better. But make sure you're not forcing anything. Just breathe gently and smooth. Every time you inhale, you let your belly and chest expand a little bit. And every time you exhale, you release your chest a little closer to the mat. Alright, with an inhale, you start to make your way back to your hands and knees. And from here, you're just going to cross your ankles and roll over your ankles. So taking a moment here, lying on your back, warming up into the lower back with the bridge pose. So you have your knees bent, your feet are flat on the mat, about hip distance apart. Your hands are flat on the mat next to your hips. Now you're going to push your feet and hands into the mat, and you lift your hips as high as you can. Then slowly bringing your hips to the mat, and just before you touch the mat, you're going up for 2, lower, and up for 3, lower, 4, low, and 5, as high as you can here, lower, 6, feeling your legs working still, lower, and 7, now you really feel your lower back getting a bit warmer, going up for 8, lower, lift for 9, coming back down, and the last one we will hold at the top, really pushing your feet and your hands into the mat. Lift your chest a little bit more. If you have the space, maybe you interlace your fingers and roll your shoulder blades together. But you really make sure your hands are on the mat here. What we're going to do is use opposition. You press your feet, your hands into the mat, lifting your chest higher, closer to your chin. And we just hold this pose for a moment. Make sure your knees are not collapsing outwards here. You keep your inner thighs slightly active to keep your knees approximately about hip distance. Focus on your breath, lifting your chest more, opening at the front of your body. Doing a great job here. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands, bring your hips on the mat again. If it feels good for you, you can also move your knees left to right, right to left. Just a gentle, slow movement to relax, to release. And with an inhale, bring your knees to the middle. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Cross your ankles, hands on your knees. Inhale and roll to sit. Exhale, come on your hands and knees. From your hands and knees, we're moving to Asanas, the cobra. So you're going to lie flat on your mat. You bring your feet together and press your feet into the mat. Your hands stay close to your chest and elbows are tucked in. Now you push your hips into the mat and lift your chest as high as you can. Now release your hands off the mat and hold this pose, also for 30 seconds. Take your time here, just breathing. Feel your lower back working. And notice how hard it is to let your belly expand as you inhale. But you consciously push your belly into the mat every time you inhale to come a little higher with your chest. Keep your neck in a neutral position, your shoulders away from your ears. Last deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently come back down. Now inhale, gently come on your hands and knees again. You place your knees just under your hips and hands just under your shoulders. And you're going to arch and round your spine. Always a nice way to loosen up a little bit more into your back and stretch still at the front of your upper body. Okay, with an inhale, make your back flat and straight. And exhale, curl your toes under your feet and push your hips up and back. Take a moment here, breathing, extending your arms, pushing your hips back. So really, down dog is one of the greatest poses to build some serious stability into your shoulders and whole upper back. You want to really turn your elbows towards each other, keeping your shoulders close to your ears and staying very strong and steady into your pose. You take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you bend your knees, look forward, step or jump at the front of your mat. Exhale, come into a forward fold, and just take a moment here. So from your forward fold, we're going to move to another pose called the fire hydrant. So as you inhale, you come halfway up, keeping your spine straight. Maybe that's not possible to do that for you with your hands on the mat. Then you could grab a set of blocks maybe, or books or anything that's even where you can place your hands on. Make sure this is steady. The next pose is a nice way to really strengthen your hips. So you start with your spine straight and shoulders away from your ears. Now you're just going to shift your weight a little bit onto your left leg, and you're going to bring your right leg up. And you hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right foot on the mat. Shift your weight on your right leg and bring your left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your left foot down, and then we'll do the other side again. Bringing your right foot as high as you can this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your foot on the mat, and then bring your left foot up as high as you can on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Bring your foot down. We do it one more time. Bring your right foot up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring your foot down. Last time on the left. Bring your left foot as high as you can and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your foot down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Gently release into your forward fold again. Now, as you inhale, gently come up, reach your arms to the ceiling, and exhale, bring your arms down. So for the last exercise today, we're going to take the mat to the wall. So anywhere where you have space, just come and join me at the wall on your mat. So now we're going to end up with a pose at the wall. We're going to work towards our handstand pike with the help of the wall. So to start, find a distance for yourself away from the wall. And usually, if you have your feet against the wall, your knees just under your hips, and your hands just under your shoulders, this is a distance where you can keep your hands on the mat. So to start, you're going to come into a down dog here, and you start to bring your feet against the wall. So make sure you're really pressing your feet into the wall to create this support by pressing your hands and extending your arms. So first you're going to see how it feels to just hold here. And if that's good for you, you start to walk your feet as high as your hips. And you're going to take a moment working on your handstand back. And we just hold it here for a few seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you start to walk your feet down. Bring your knees on the mat. You give your wrists a little roll, your shoulders as well, your neck maybe. See how it goes. Maybe this is it for today. Maybe you just work on pushing your hands into the mat, or you come with me for a second round. So hands on the mat, feet on the wall, and you walk up. Find the right distance, about 90-degree angle between your thighs and your upper body. We hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently walk down. And then take a moment, breathe in and out. This is really nice and heavy for the shoulders, make those wonders in terms of strength and stability, especially if you are working towards the headstand or handstand. This is a good way to build up into your shoulders. Third and last round for today. Hands on the mat, walking your feet at the wall, finding your distance, and holding for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently walk your feet down, hips on your heels, couple of breaths for yourself. Good job. Now, last stretch for the shoulders. Just bring your right arm across your chest. You hook with your left elbow behind your right elbow. Bring your left elbow a little higher and relax a bit more into your right shoulder. Take a moment here. Release, relax. Take this time to breathe. Notice everything that happens into the shoulder joint here. Take a last deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently release. Roll your shoulders and your neck. And then, bring your left arm across your chest. Hook your right elbow behind your left elbow. Bringing your right elbow a little higher. Relaxing more into your left shoulder. Take this time here. Breathing. Okay, deep breath in. And exhale, release. All right. Very good job, everybody. Come, sit down on your mat. Thank you very much for following this class today. I hope you enjoyed it, that you feel a little bit stronger now and more stable. The importance is that you really keep practicing regularly. This is what will help you develop the strength that you need to do some more challenging poses. If this is something that you would like to be able to. Really, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the class. Have a great day and see you next time again. Namaste.